Hello everyone, it's Teresa again, Carolina Girl Wreaths, and welcome. It's the day after the holiday weekend. I hope everybody had a good holiday weekend, and if you're off this week of the 4th, enjoy your time too. I'm kind of having just a stay vacation. They're kind of nice. Not really though, we just usually go somewhere when it's a little cooler. I can't take the heat no more. But I do hope everybody had a good one, and I'm doing a tutorial today, a little different from, I'm not making a wreath, but a lady had asked me to show some simple, easy ways how to make a wreath. So, and I'm pretty sure much of my subscribers know how, but if anybody is new, and if you're interested in knowing how to make 5 simple ways, I've got 5 I'm going to be doing today. And they are the poof method, the ruffle, the cruffle, the curly loop, and the bubble. So, I hope that you'll stay with me, and maybe you'll learn something. So again, thank you. If you're new, thank you so much for stopping on my channel. If you like, please like and subscribe, because I just want to share with you. I have a good giveaway every month to show my appreciation, but you must be subscribed. And if you do that, just leave your name in the comment that you want to be entered in my July giveaway, and that way I'll know how to get in touch with you if you are the winner. So we had a winner just the other day, and she had a choice of 2 gift cards, and she chose a $25 Dollar Tree gift card. So again, congrats to Mama Buck, who was our winner for June. So all that's out of the way. So okay, everyone, my first method for making a wreath, and keep in mind I'm just going to do a partial one, okay, because this is time consuming, but well, it is for me, but because I'm not fast as others or good as others. But so I'm starting with the poof method first, and of course everyone knows that stays with me, I use the 14-inch wreath, because on the 14-inch wreath frame, you'd be surprised how big you can make your wreaths, how small, and what different kinds you can make on it. So when I'm lucky enough, because for a while you couldn't catch them, but the old faithful Dollar Tree wreath frame, and honestly they work just as good as the ones that's not putting down the high dollar stuff. But if you want to save some money, this is the way to go. So today on the poof wreath, I'm going to be working with 21-inch mesh, and I just chose a random color one that I don't use as much, but the 21-inch mesh makes a really full poof wreath. You can use 10-inch mesh for a poof. Actually, you can use any size, but it's just the method that you're going to be using. So I'm working with 21-inch today. So as you can see, I already got my pipe cleaners on, and I do have a tutorial telling you how I done this. If you please get familiar, you can look it up. It's simple and easy. So she's ready to go, so let's get started. Okay. So for the poof wreath here, you're just gonna, after your pipe cleaners are placed, and you will have a total of, let's see, I gotta do my math, y'all. Let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 pipe cleaners. I graduated a long time ago. So 15 pipe cleaners will be on your frame. And like I say, if you go to my tutorial, check it out. It's just a tutorial on how to place your pipe cleaners on a 14-inch frame. So we're going to take our mesh here and just roll her out. And this is where you're going to do the zip tie, or you could even use a pipe cleaner. So I'm just going to take the end of your mesh here and like turn the end under here a little bit, because you want your insides of the mesh to be in when you make your poofs. So just scrunch it up. Scrunch it up to you. Okay, and this is going to form our tail. This is going to do her tail. Now if you were selling this or something, you might want to clean her up. I try to keep her clean when I make one, but let's just get rid of some of the straggly stuff. Okay, and all we're wanting to do here, find you a pipe cleaner where you want to start. Put your tail down. I just go right there at my pipe cleaner some. You can see where I got her. And you can use that pipe cleaner there, but I usually just like zip tying mine down, because the reason why, I know that it's secure in place. I mean, I know that it won't be going anywhere. as I'm making my poofs, and that's why I prefer to use a 6-inch zip tie or whatever you choose to get through there and tie her in. Okay, but you can use the pipe cleaner, it's fine. Just give it a good, okay, so now you want to do is, now I'm going this way, I'm left-handed. So you're probably going to go the other way if you're right-handed. So it's all good anyway, the way it comes out. Okay, now I've always done 10-inch poofs. It's up to you, but 10-inch I think is the magic number. You just want to get your mesh here in your hands and kind of like, see how I'm doing? I'm just straightening it out as much as you can. Straight. And I'm going to measure on my mat right here. If you've got a self-healing mat or if you've got a ruler, but right here I'm going to go 10 inches. Okay, and where this 10-inch comes out the end, I'm going to put it in the next pipe cleaner right in front. Don't do the one right here at the tail. Okay, do the one right in front of it, because you're going to end up at this one when you get finished. So as you make one, you will see, and just give it a few twists. Okay, and there's your poof, and what you do with your poofs, the thing is to straighten them out or puff them out. Puff the poofer out. How's that? That's what gets its fullness in. See how I made that poof? Simple as that. You may think, beginners, oh, my poof ain't no good and all. But trust me, when you finish your wreath and you work with this a few times, you're going to be the best poof maker there is. Okay, so go to the next one, same thing. Just get your mesh. I'm using a little bath with this, guys, but my thumb's hurting today. Tell you what, these wreaths can be a workout on your hands. Okay, another 10 inches. I'm going to the next pipe cleaner in front of it. Okay, a couple of twists. And I'm going to make another one. I'm just going to do 3. I could do the whole thing, but then you know that I'd have to do the whole thing on the others, and I'd be here all day. I don't think it'd set me that long. Okay, same thing. Next pipe cleaner. Okay, so there's your poofs. I'm just gonna go back and do these two. Just open them up. Put your hand up in there and just try to get her. You don't have to be perfectly all pulled out. Just don't have to give her a big poof. Like I said, you can use the 10-inch mesh. The sizes in mesh, guys, determines how full your wreath is too. That's one thing I think determines the size of your wreath. Okay, so there's the 3 poofs. That's the poof method. Simple and easy. And I love this method too, because if you mess up, you can just untwist the pipe cleaner and go back and start over, because it's not being cut. So this is what I started on, and it is a great way, and it does make a beautiful wreath. So that's all I'm going to do with the poofs. But I will tell you, when you work your way around and you get all your poofs done, and let's just say you're coming back to the end one, okay? I'm going to show you just what you do when you get the first outer 2 rings. Oh, my mesh is tangled up. When you've done all your poofs and you come back, and let's say you're going to go to the 2 inner rings and start. Same thing. All you're going to want to do then, let's see, I'm just going to try to show you what you do if you, let's say you're finished and you're here. All you want to do then is take your mesh, and if you can make it out, go up, pull your mesh up into the 2 center rings. In other words, where you're stopping on the outer 2 rings, see there? Pull your mesh up into the 2 center rings, and the next pipe cleaner there at it, you make your poof. So if you got these poofs down, you got it. You got a poof wreath going on. So I hope that helps somebody today. If you still have a little trouble, please leave me a comment, ask me a question. I'll be happy to help you or tell you, something that I didn't say, but that's a real easy, simple method. It's the poof. Okay, so we'll get this out of the way. Okay, now we're going on to do the ruffle method. Easy ruffle method. It really is. And let's see. So look at my funky frame here. I've got each section for another method. So this is just, remember, this is just practice reads, okay? So the ruffle method is really easy, and I like it too. It's actually one of my favorites. But when I do my ruffle method, and it's entirely up to you because it's your wreath, and remember, I think sometimes the size of your mesh you use or how long you cut it and all makes a difference in the fullness. So my ruffles are usually cut at 30 inches because it does make a good full wreath. So you can usually get one wreath made with 10-inch mesh with a whole roll of mesh at 30 inches if you just want to go with one color mesh. So let's see. Okay, I picked out some blue here. I had some scraps, which I'm glad to save my scraps. And do save your scraps. You never know when you might need that one piece. So, okay, they're cut at 30 inches. And what I'm going to do here, okay, you want to lay the curl side down. Lay it down, the curl side down. What I do, because I learned this way, and you might get good enough to where you don't have to do this one day, but get you something heavy, like I use my little belief stone here. Believe you can do this. Okay. And I just place it down at the end. Okay, place it down at the end. That keeps it down from rolling up on you as you make your ruffle. Okay, so just turn the end of your mesh. I usually give it a little hem. And it don't have to be perfectly straight. It just kind of has that fraying. Okay? And hold it down with the palms of your hands. And with your thumbs here in the center and your forefingers, you just kind of want to push that in the middle. Like, this is one of those touch and goes, guys. I had to learn by doing this. I couldn't be told. And you may get frustrated at first, because let me tell you, I couldn't do none of this stuff at first. You should have seen my first wreath. So with your thumbs and fingers there, all you're wanting to do with your other fingers, as you push in with your thumb and forefingers, holding it, you walking your fingers up. Walk them up, pull a mesh to you, walk it up. Still holding the mesh with your fingers and thumbs. Walk it up, and as you get to the end, take your thing off, doohickey. When you get to the end here, just take your fingers here and push that in under while holding it. And then I twist my ends down. Just twist them like that underneath. That way you've got, and here's your ruffle. And some people call them little bow ties, or there it is, there's the ruffle. And all you want to do then is go to, and by the way, the pipe cleaners are placed the same way. If you'll view my tutorial, how to place pipe cleaners, you'll have a total of 15 pipe cleaners on your wreath. Placed the same way. And just take your ruffle here, part down, that you was, ruffle, put it in a pipe cleaner, and you just want to give it 2 or 3 twists, because I always add bows and ribbon to mine or other decor. So give them a couple twists, about 3 do. So there's your ruffle. It's really simple, it is. So, and as you learn this, you'll be surprised too. You can even use 3 different colors, just anything you want to do. And when you make a 3-color ruffle wreath, you'll actually save some mesh on your rows, because you won't be using the whole total roll of mesh if you want to do 3 colors sometimes. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next Next ruffle. See how it curls up? Curls side down. Curl side down. Again, put my stone on top here. I'm just placing on the end here to the end of my table, wherever you're working from. I still can't get this camera set sometimes from certain things. Okay, take your end like you're just doing a little hem. It just takes that fraying underneath. Thumbs, fingers, like you're just pushing, and you're scrunching. You're scrunching and holding with your thumbs and your forefingers as you scrunch it to you. Scrunch it to you. I always said let your fingers do the walking. And as you get to the end, you know, just take your tool off, what you're using. Hold on to it and just get down here and just... And guys, I know this sounds silly, but when I was doing the ruffle at first, it is hard. It's not hard, but if you haven't done one, if you've never scrunched a ruffle, yeah, it took me some getting used to. But once you do it, you got it. And it don't have to be perfectly straight, because when you scrunch, you know, it's going to go the way it wants, but it comes out with that pretty ruffle. Okay, so we're going to put it down again beside the next one. Okay. And when you make a ruffle wreath, this is what I do too, or most wreaths are made like this. When you put them beside one another, just stand them up beside one another. You can always go back and do it when you're done, but just stand them up beside each other. There's the two. Okay, one more. Curl side down. See how it wants to roll up? Curl side down. Put your weapon. That could be a weapon, couldn't it? Tool back down to hold it down. Okay, there again. Make your little hem, tuck it under. And start just fingers, thumbs here. Fingers. Like you're pinching it in. Push in with your thumbs and fingers. Pull back with your fingers. Push in with your thumb and forefingers. Yeah, and scrunch it up to you with your fingers. You'll get it. You'll get it. See how it's doing there a little bit on me? But it's okay. Just spread your fingers out here. Just go ahead and get it down here in the center. It will come naturally. Some mesh does better than others. I guess what it's made out of. But, so there we go. So there's our last ruffle. Okay. Just want to stand them up. And mesh does stick, guys. Just be patient with it. The deco mesh especially, but I love the way it looks, especially in the holidays. There you go. There's our 3 ruffles. Okay, so see, that was easy. And the lady I'm doing this for, Joas. Hey, Joas. You know who you are. Actually, she's my daughter-in-law's mom. We don't know each other well. We live far apart. But she asked me to do this for her. So I know you can do this, Joas. Try it. Okay. So that was the ruffle method. And all you're doing is going around and doing the center the same way. Okay? So now we're going to move on to what I call the cruffle method. Or not I call, but what's called the cruffle method. My paper here so I can keep up what I've done. And this is another really simple thing too. It's really simple. You kind of need you a clip or a clothespin. And I usually cut my cruffles, this is just me, when I make a cruffle wreath, I cut mine about 25 inches, 24, somewhere in there, 24 I think. Okay, this one's going to be done curl side up. Okay, so you might need again to lay something on it, curl side up. Put your holding tool back down on it. So simple. My little granddaughter can do this. But just take the end here. All you do is this is a good way too to prevent fraying. The cruffle method really helps your fraying from not showing. And cruffle means you're gonna have a cruffle and a ruffle in this piece of mesh. So it's really neat. So just turn up your end, start your little curl, and then you just, I do like this. I do 1, 2, 3. Then I pinch it in the middle, put my clip on, turn her around. May need to use the tool again to hold it down. If you don't, it's fine. Whatever you get used to and comfortable with. Okay, same way the other end. Turn it under, 1, 2, 3. Then I don't use a clip here. I just hold it like I'm going to scrunch. Okay, and start scrunching it down till I meet the other end. See how I'm doing that? Move your tool, scrunch it down. When you get to the clip, pull it together. See how it's made the curl and the ruffle? See, you've got the curl and the ruffle in one. Now, I usually put my cruffle in my wreath like this. Some people turn theirs over upside down. But the reason I do mine with the cruffle up, because you can see the cruffle, you won't be able to see the curl if you turn it upside down. But that's totally up to you. There's no right or wrong way. So see? You've got your cruffle, but you've also got a ruffle pattern. The ruffles. Okay, one more. Okay, again. Curl side up on the cruffle. Or down side on the ruffle. How is everybody doing with these cruffles and ruffles? I'll get so mixed up sometimes, but okay, here we go again. Make that curl. 1, 2, I do about 3 usually. Clip it. See how mine's want to curl up? So that's when your tool, heavy thing, comes in handy. And start again. 1, 2, 3. Then don't clip the other side. You just start scrunching. Scrunch it. Move your tool. Come together with the part that clips on. And there you got your, once again, you got your cruffle ruffle. Okay. And mine could be a little better, guys. This is demonstration. And you put it in. Follow along just like you would. Now some people, when you make a cruffle wreath, some people, and it's okay, there's so many ways. Some people, like, see how I'm laying mine down side to side? Well, you don't have to do that. You can actually put them, I'm going to show you on this next one. Because when you start out with your wreath, you're thinking, oh my God, look at this thing. But when you finish it, that's when you're going to see everything that you've done come together. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Pinch it. Clip. Scratch. Meet at the clip. Okay. And like I was saying here, some people, you can do this. You don't have to put them that way. You can put them up and down. I have made a wreath before with them up and down. Because when you get, by the time you get your ribbon and all, and your, you know what I'm saying, and all things, see, you can actually put it that way, up and down. You'll be going the same way. 2 down here, 1 up here, going all the way around. When you learn your cruffles, believe me, you're going to learn to do stuff, ladies, if you are a beginner, because I know. I mean, I thought I'd never make a wreath. You're going to learn things that nobody ever taught you to. And what maybe somebody showed you, you can probably do better with some way you know. So there's our cruffle, okay? That's the cruffle. So we've done the poof, the ruffle, and the cruffle. And now I'm going to the next simple, easy one. Easy as pie, y'all. Like to have me some pie right now. Okay, this is called my curly loop method. And I've just chose random colors, guys. They don't all match, but... Okay, for the curly loop one, I always cut my curls about 20 inches. And the reason why, because I'm going to be bunching them together on my wreath sometimes. And the curl method does make a full wreath too. So all these methods I'm showing you, they make full wreaths. And let's see, I've never done a curl wreath with 21-inch mesh, just 10-inch. So this is a way to do a curly loop wreath with 10-inch mesh. So all I'll do here is simple as this. They're all cut at 20 inches, curl side up, and exactly what it says, curl. It's a curl, just curl, curl, curl it. Like I say, guys, this is my scrap mesh, you know, so if it looks bad, that's pinch that curl in the middle. Let's see, here's got some stuff on it, but I'm not going to bother clipping it off. Now, if you have one of these, this is the reason I have my bow dabber. When I do my curly loop wreath, you can put 3 or 4 together in a bundle, whichever you can handle the best. Okay, I stick with 3 because my hands hurt when they get bigger than that. So until I get my other 2 curls made, I'm just going to stick my curl here in my bow dabber. She comes in handy. So if you've not got one of these, really, they're nice. They are nice. Some people have different kinds of bow makers, and that's fine, but this one works for me. Okay, so I'm going to go into my next curl. Same thing, just curl her up. We're just doing curls. Okay, pinch her until I get my next one. Just put her in there. Now, if you don't have a bow dabber, just take each piece, maybe, if you can't hold them in your hand, and just maybe clip them together until you get ready to put them all in your hand. Because you're going to want to put all, like if you're using 3 like I am, you're going to want to put all 3 in your pipe cleaner. Okay, so last curl. You may have to use something if you want. I think this one's real curly. I'm going to use this little tool again. Okay. Just want to roll. Curl, curl, curl. Just rolling, rolling, rolling. Pinch in the middle. Because they do get thick. So this is where your fullness comes in for the wreath. So see how I'm getting here? Just getting them all together now in my hand. If you have to have them clipped, just get them all together in your hand, holding the center of them all. And you want them to be like this, just in a bunch. Okay? And so for my curly wreath, you just keep in mind you're going to be doing inside 2 rings, outside 2 rings. And the same goes for the pipe cleaners again. Same way. If you look at my tutorial, same way. I never change my pipe cleaner method, guys, on my frames. There is one wreath that I do, I can't remember it right offhand, that I do change them for. But I will always say that I would change it on a tutorial. But most of the time, my pipe cleaner method stays the same. So all you're going to do is take your curls here and just center. And just tie them in. Give them about 2 or 3, because it's, okay? So you're going to have them like that. And I know it looks funny now, but when you get a wreath done with all of them together, they do. I just made a beach one a while back like this, and it turned out really pretty. But there's your first bundle. I call them bundles. Okay, so we'll do one more bundle on this one. Curl side up. Just curling. So, too, also I'm going to add, I have seen people maybe cut them at 15 inches, maybe some more. But I think totally it's up to you, because I think the more that you cut, you have a bigger curl. Does that make sense? Put her down in there. I usually use this method too when I have a heavy sign. I've learned myself when making wreaths, if I have a heavy sign, I need a better wreath method to support it. Does that make sense too? I mean, because sometimes the wreaths I have done in the past when I started, let's say for instance when I started, I had a sign one time, it was kind of heavy, it was wooden, and the method I was using at the time, I don't remember what, but my sign was going down into my wreath. It was just, the mesh was not supporting it. So I think, just for me now, that I try to use a better method to hold a heavier sign. And I think this one is good for that. Especially when you get in the center, the middle, it's a lot thicker. So like I say, you'll find ways to do things and all kinds of stuff. I didn't know it myself now. And I've been doing wreaths now, God, probably about maybe 5 years. The first year was terrible. I mean, I really don't, I look back now because I saved some, well, I've got my own store too, guys, and when I look at my wreaths back then and I look now, I'm thinking, man. But I've learned so much more since then. So, and some things I have taught myself and some things just come. But, and I always think that you can learn something new. Okay, so here's my 3 here, and I do not like these colors together, but that was my scrap box colors. Of course, mine, if I was making a wreath, it wouldn't look like all this fraying and all, but okay. Okay, now if I was making my curly wreath to make for someone, you can either do it either way, but I found it's easier for me to go up and down on my wreath. So I'm going to put the next bundles on the top. Give it a twist. And they are kind of thick, so. But the more you make, see, they're going to get fuller. And I know that we're not making a complete curly wreath right now, but if we were, you're going to have at least, you're going to want it to be where there's 1, 2, 3, about 4 bundles in each section. So you'll have to, anybody interested in making one of these, go to my tutorials, please. That's the best way I can tell you. I'm just showing you how to make them now and place them on, okay? I won't tell you nothing wrong. Okay, so there's the curly loop. That's all you really do. I've only done 2 of these because I'm out of mesh for my scraps. I really don't want to cut a new row. But curly loops is just making your loops, rolling them, and putting them on your wreath. And like I say too, when you make one, if it's not full enough, go back in somewhere, add you a pipe cleaner, and add you some more curls. That's how I learned. So there we go. We got the cruffle, ruffle, and curly loop method. Okay? And the curly loop method too can be done, guys. I want to see. You can actually use 6-inch mesh on it. The little, like the Dollar Tree mesh. And I tell you, if you do that, all you simply do is, I use 4 when I use that because it's kind of the smaller mesh. Just make you 4 curls, put them together, and then you tie them in. You can actually use that. Okay, so for last of all, the one I'm going to make, I'll be right back. Got to get my stuff. Okay, so we're back, and this is the last one. This is called the bubble method, and it's also easy. And this is another one that you don't have to cut. And I've chose this little 10-inch frame today to do that on. Because I'm going to be, and like there again, you can use it on any size wreath frame. So today, the bubble one I'm going to show you. And by the way, I'm just going to show you this here. If you've never seen my tutorial on this little gadget here, check it out, guys. It's a neat way to hold your mesh. I'm going to be using 3 shades for my bubble wreath today that I'm showing you. And this is a neat way. It's just a basket that I fixed up to roll my mesh out. Check it out, okay? I bet you might like it. Alrighty. So here we go. I've got my mesh together. And I had this left over from the holiday, 4th of July. So this is a 6-inch mesh from the Dollar Tree. And when you make a bubble one, you can use any, you don't have to do 3 colors. But I'm doing 3 today, just to show you this. You can use 10-inch mesh, works good for bubble wreaths. I've never done a 21-inch mesh with bubbles. The only wreath I've made with 21 inches of poof. And I think I'll stick to that. So this is the bubble. I'm using 3 shades. Now if you want to do this, it's up to you, whatever you want to use. I've got 3 together, okay? I'm just going to scrunch the bottom here together like this and make me a tail. Okay? And you can use the pipe cleaner for this. I'm gonna use it just to show you for demonstration. Normally, if I was making it for someone, I would zip tie it on, but go to your 2 middle rings, 2 middle ones, on your 14-inch frame or on a smaller one. And I put my tail right here on the crossbar, and I'm going to take a pipe cleaner and just tie her down in. See if I can get her through there. Pipe cleaner or zip tie, whichever works best for you. See how I'm doing this? Just tying her there and twisting her. This just gives me a place to start. Now, if I was going to sell this or something, I would use a zip tie to make sure it'd stay in. And then, see, there's the tail. So I'm just going to take her and push her down in between the rings. I'll have to get out of my way anyway. Okay, so we've got our place to start with the bubbles. So you can see here better. Okay. So just take you, and this is what I do when I make my bubble wreaths. I think this is what most people I've seen do, or in each section of your frame, between the crossbars, you can get, like, I try to get 5 bubbles. 5 or 6, it's up to you. But I usually try to do 5, so we're going to do a couple a day. I'm going to try to do 5 for you. And you're going to want your pipe cleaners. I forgot, I'm sorry. Cut your pipe cleaners in half. Okay, you don't need no really long pipe cleaners. Just cut them in half. So I'm going to do my little bubbles here. I'll make 10-inch bubbles. Okay. And where we was doing the poof while ago, you just want to take it up to the end where the crossbar is. You see what I'm saying? Where you started with that little tail, take it up to the crossbar, holding it with your thumbs and your fingers behind. Put your pipe cleaner over the 2 rings, 2 middle rings. Go down behind. And you just want to tie it. Give it a good secure tie. Just do about 4 or 5. And then just put your pipe cleaners, fold them in. Fold them in. Now if you really want to do this a good clean way, if your pipe cleaners are too long, you can trim them off. But I just try to fold mine in like that. I'm going to trim this. It's in my way. I can see and it bothers me. Okay. And the bubble wreath is another good way to with fraying. But so let's make another one here because they're going to come together. Getting started is kind of rough, but when they start coming together, 10 inches. Now I'm wanting to push this one up too. Push it up to the one you just made. See what I'm saying? Push it just up to the one you just made, holding on to the 2 middle crossbar, two bars. 2 wires. I'm trying to show you. You get the idea. Pipe cleaner goes down over the 2 center rings. Flip it over. See how I'm doing here? Just that's Okay. I know this is demonstration, but this is in my way, all this mesh. Okay, so I've got 2 bubbles there. Let's do the third one. Okay, pull it up to the last one you just done. Same way. You can straighten them up when you finish your section. I try to work section to section. That's the way I've always kind of done it. It's totally up to you. And I'll show you why I chose 3 to work with in a minute. You don't have to use 3 colors. You can do 1 color. I do say though, if you use 1, make sure that it's kind of a color that you can't see through. Or, you know, I don't think I'd do just 1 little color of the white on this one, but that's up to you. That's what you want. Okay, so I've got 3 so far. Okay, here comes our 4th one. 10 inches. So this little frame, I think I'm going to stop at 4. Now, if I was on my 14-inch wreath, I would go with 5 or 6. But I'm just going to stop here to show you. See how simple it. Just see how simple it is. Okay. So there they are. Okay, now on this in here, all you'll do is when you get them all full, they're really going to look nice around when they get real full. But when you do one with 3 layers, what I do, this is why I use 3 sometimes, I go back and I pull out, like I've got blue, white, and red. I'm going to pull out my white here a little bit, pull out my red. Just gently pull it out. And it makes, like, you know, you can actually see your colors. I'm going to get one off my wall here and show you. For those of you that have not seen one on a 10-inch, I'm going to show you. But like I say, guys, this is just a practice one, so it's really... And this is one of those touch and goes. As you make it, you will know. You'll know what to do. It'll come to you. It'll come to you. It really will. So, it's not the best mesh here, though. I got a bad row. Sometimes when you get mesh from the Dollar Tree, I'm not knocking it. I love it. And I still get my mesh there like this. But the row, sometimes I have found, and I've heard other instructors say this, look at the ends of it. If they're really, really raveled, you're not going to have a very good roll of mesh. And that's what, you know, you need to look at. So, and if they're not raveled, then you'll know it's intact. So anyway, there's your kind of an idea of the bubble one. I'm not really taking my time to do. See the strings that. There's the bubble one. Let me, bear with me. I'm going to get one down to show you right quick. Bear with me. So see, here's the one that I've done. This is a bubble one with 10-inch mesh. Okay, so see, when you get through, you know, that's what it's going to look like. Actually, this is one, I sold all my patriotic wreaths except for 2. This is one that was left, so I'm keeping this for myself. Okay? So there you go. There's the few bubble methods that I try to show you. Tried the best I can. I know I'm not the best, believe me, and I know I talk, but I'm sorry. Like I've always said, I can't just sit here and do something. I want to talk to who's on the other side of the camera. I appreciate you, I do. So I hope somebody new today learned something. And if any of my faithful subscribers saw this today, thank you again for viewing me. And again, I just want to say I'm having a July giveaway again this month. So just remember, you got to be a subscriber. Just leave me a message in the comment that you want to be entered in my July giveaway. And so I guess that's it. And just everybody stay cool. It's like in the 90s here today in the Carolinas. So stay cool, be safe, and love each other. We need it. Okay, everybody, till next time. Bye-bye.